Syma X4 Assault. Well, I can say I like it. I really do like it. I'm not over the moon about some of its features, but we'll cover that in a moment. So let's look at the good stuff that this has. First and foremost, tri-blade on the propellers. This is because you're using a gear system. They've mounted the motor sideways with a gear system. This is great, makes the copter very quiet. The bad side of it is if you do break something, you're going to replace the motor and gears, which is not great. But Syma has covered this quite nicely because they've given you these non-removable guards. From what I could tell, I couldn't get them to be removed, so I guess you can't, which is why I've seen some people have just cut these off because they don't want them anymore. And also I'm guessing that taking that off will improve flight time and maneuverability considerably. But that is great. You get a 200 millihour amp battery. Apologies, can't get my words out. With the copter, which sits underneath here. I have removed this to see whether you could actually get something larger in there, and you can. You'll have to cut these little 2 bits of plastic that sit on the side there to slide a slightly bigger battery in there. But then the actual connector is the same as most Hapson batteries, etc. So you could get a slightly bigger one there. Currently, you're probably going to get about 6 to 7 minute flight out of this after a 35-minute charge. Not bad at all. The things I don't like about it are, first and foremost, the LED system is just a little bit lacking. Syma really needs to kind of sort that out. They don't help you with orientation at all. That over there stays constantly on. Can't remember what color it is anymore. And that blinks, which is a bit misleading because if it blinks, you'd assume that your LVC is kicked in, but it hasn't. Moving on swiftly to the controller. This will probably bring some smiles to people who likes their Xbox controllers, because that's what Syma's gone down the route of. I personally am not a big fan of it. This curved thumbsticks make it very slippery and difficult to kind of be precise. Even though that's not much of a problem, because the precision on the throttle on this is actually a little bit on and off kind of feel. I don't know whether it's a result of having gears that makes it really on and off. So it's difficult to kind of modulate the throttle on this in a precise manner. However, it is very stable. Once you get the trimming done pretty good, you can literally let go of the controller and the thing will just stand there, indoors that is. But covering the controls real quick, on the right thumbstick you have forwards and backwards for pitch, left, right for aileron, and on the left stick you have throttle and yaw. Pretty much standard mode 2. On here you have trim, pitch trim, aileron trim, and in here you're going to have throttle trim, but I'm not too sure what this does. I haven't actually gone off to find out what that does. What I do like about this is the flip mode, and you activate that by pressing there and a direction, and then the copter will flip whatever way you've pointed the stick. So if I want a right hand flip, click and flip, and that will do a right hand flip. They are awesome. My favorite thing about this, it literally is the flips. It is just so good. If there's 2 things I like about that, flips and the guards. The guards are really quite cool because they just bounce you off the walls and you actually don't worry about breaking something because the thing is just so robust. There's 2 rates for this. Rate 1, really docile, very easy to fly. Rate 2, you get increased pitch and aileron, but yaw doesn't change, and that is such a problem because flying it with such a slow yaw, and this is really slow yaw by the way guys, makes it really, really difficult for you to make quick maneuvers. Having said that, this is a beginner's kind of type of quad, something that you would give to your kid perhaps, so you wouldn't want yaw to be too aggressive. But apart from that, this is a cracking little flyer, and please do watch the videos coming up next of me flying outside in a lovely British UK summer's day, well, spring. And excuse the audio, it's not great, but it illustrates what the copter is doing outside in the wind. Thank you guys. Guys, this is the Syma X4 Assault, as you can see. Lovely little craft. very stable. Copter seems to be a little bit like on and off. It's on 1 minute, but the clutch it almost goes off completely. The propeller guards look quite good. Flies really well though. Struggles a little bit with the wind, but it's not really meant to be an outside flyer. Let's have a look at the flips. Whoa! It's a bit. They're lovely. Have little flips. Oh, that was about almost a sideways. Don't like how that's the only LEDs you get, and they're constantly flashing, so you can't tell whether you are on LBC or not. Really love the flips. It's got rate 2, which makes it a little faster. But the yaw is still on the same. Really slow. You turn that. It just, with the wind, it just kind of throws it everywhere. And there's not that much wind right now. And now on rate 2. Those propeller guards are brilliant. This is a perfect little beginner copter. But I would be more tempted to fly it on rate 1 because the yaw just seems to be work better on it. And that, guys, it's a wrap.